What should I do?
Gee, I don't know.
Fluttershy feels immense guilt after Zecora falls in and gets sick. Maybe that guilt is deserved, considering the one with the wings is just standing around doing nothing. Fluttershy is standing next to this rock one moment, but she's teleported away in the very next shot. For your information, lens flares are very bad for your health. Vor. Apparently, the Ponyville hospital was full, so they visit this pediatrician instead.
I know about baby ponies.
I can't believe a flower did this. I take back thinking it was pretty.
Yeah, Fluttershy, you take back that off-screen compliment. Make that flower feel bad about what it did. This Fluttershy episode about a disease which turns ponies into trees, which Fluttershy contracts by the end, doesn't actually result in Fluttershy becoming a tree at any point.
I'd like to be a tree.
Doctor diagnoses a fatal disease with no known cure, then gives us this lighthearted comedy beat to make up for the bad news.
There has to be some pony who can help you.
If only I were best friends with some pony that has infinite power and can do anything at the snap of a claw.
There's so many accounts of her power to heal. She can't just be a legend. I think she's real.
Zecora claims there are many accounts of this legendary healer, yet the purple book horse herself fails to find a single book that mentions it. Citation needed, Zecora. Source, trust me, bro. Zecora's uncle works at Nintendo. It's a good thing Twilight just happens to be home. Otherwise, Fluttershy would spend all day opening doors and searching the many large empty spaces of this sprawling eyesore.
Spike and I are having a cook-off.
My cauliflower bites blew her sweet potato muffins out of the water.
Twilight's sweet potato muffins look suspiciously similar to Applejack's infamous baked bads, which made every pony sick. Can we talk about that for a moment, by the way? Why did Derpy have to be associated with muffins made from actual worms? When the healthcare system fails them, Twilight and Fluttershy resort to doing their own research. Thank goodness the internet doesn't exist in Equestria, or else Zecora would be wearing tinfoil and drinking bleach.
Did we check the unabridged versions? Yes.
Friendship as Witchcraft is not a primary source, Twilight. Cartoon physics is one thing, but Twilight gets sucked into a book black hole here. This offensive expression should be censored immediately. Twilight is clearly not taking Zecora's life-threatening situation seriously, otherwise she wouldn't be wasting time reading every book in the library. Unless Twilight's library consists exclusively of swamp-related books. Spike is behind them at the bed, but isn't visible in the previous shot. Between stopping to savor Spike's praise for her muffins, and the fact she was evidently dreaming about the cook-off,
9 by 13-inch pan.
Twilight! Non-stick pans!
Twilight's mind is more occupied by muffins than saving Zecora's life. You might say Twilight's behavior is just a little bit derpy. It's no wonder Fluttershy struggles with this door. The doorknob and hinges magically swap sides. This place is actually in exceptionally good condition for being over 1,000 years old.
Any pony who lives in a tree is okay by me.
Here's your regularly scheduled reminder of the second biggest tragedy of the show.
We could try the handle. Easy to miss.
Twilight could have just opened the door without the snark, but it's already established she's not taking this predicament seriously. Maybe Twilight's just sick and tired of doing all of the work herself because Fluttershy neglects to ask her husbando for help.
It's the same kind of lily pad that gave Zecora swamp fever.
Fluttershy refers to the flowers as lily pads, but we saw one land coincidentally on an unrelated pad earlier. Calling these lily pads also contradicts the fact they grow on the trees which were once ponies. Basically, no one knows how any of this works, not even the episode itself.
Y'all can stop screaming now. I do that a lot.
Scare ponies or rock creepily in the dark?
Chill out, Twilight. He's allowed to rock creepily in the comfort of his own home. You're the one trespassing. There's no way this mask fit in that box. Fun fact, these background ponies not only made a full recovery, but lived for over 1,000 years in Ponyville.
Ever pony will be in grave danger.
Quite ironically, this is probably the only life-threatening situation which doesn't put you into a grave. Side note, Grave Danger is the most epic pony name for an edgy black and red OC.
In grave danger. Their honey could be the cure.
Puns. Meadowbrook was very careful to exclude important details about the cure. Clearly she made a lot of bits selling the honey, and there wasn't much money to be made from actually saving ponies by making the cure known. Flashback is neatly contained within the edges of this frame.
I've caught swamp fever.
Well, it's official. Fluttershy is eating her hoof and regretting that she ever made the claim that she'd like to be a tree. Twilight rightfully questions the effectiveness of these masks because her science books don't align with outdated miasma theory and plague doctors. What's next? Bloodletting? Fluttershy insists she doesn't need the assistance of an alicorn because then they would resolve the problem too easily. Leave it to the pony who shut down an animal hospital to stubbornly reject a better solution. The Flash Beehive hasn't changed or moved at all in over 1,000 years. All the episode had to do was make it clear that her stare power failed due to her lack of sleep for the lesson about taking care of yourself to be tied up with a nice big bow. But instead, the connection to Meadowbrook takes priority, and this whole scene with the stare doesn't lead anywhere at all. This offensive expression should be censored immediately.
We got word your zebra friend is...
That's racist.
We've tried everything from disguises to things I won't even speak of.
Twilight was too worried about her public perception as a member of royalty, so the burden fell upon Cattail to attempt the plan involving bee seduction.
Does this bring to mind any images for you?
That last sin was a joke about his unexplained PTSD, but they apparently did try disguises of all kinds, except for the kind of disguise looking like the bees themselves, as Fluttershy immediately figures out. It's not a surprise the swamp pony isn't that bright, but what's your excuse, Twilight? She could annihilate these bees, take all the honey she wants, and probably even cast a spell to restore all of the tree ponies. But instead, she does absolutely nothing. Fluttershy can talk to animals normally, and she even reasoned with bees in the past. But this time, she just makes buzzing sounds. Maybe her persuasive threats and rude bee insults are simply not safe for TV.
Are trying to tell new Fluttershy how to live her life when they are throwing their own lives away on pointless pursuits that no pony else gives a flying about.
Zecora's own pillow comes down with a bad case of animation error-itis. Fluttershy suffers from the same illness, with her wing attached to her mane like this. Had we not seen this doctor being sick, it would imply the infection spreads only from the flowers themselves, and not from pony to pony. But now that we know it spread from Zecora to the doctor, all of Ponyville is at risk, and there's certainly not enough honey for every pony. All of this to justify an iris-out comedy beat.
No, not the bees! Not the bees!
And I know just the pony who can help.
You do?
Twilight! Oh, I'm so sorry to bother. Are you cooking?
Yeah,